Hello there, guys. This is Killrob speaking, and today I'm joined by none other than...
And me, Caswal, or Zeussy, depending on who you know. I am two people.
you have two personalities at least.
Yep.
Today we're going to build an engine for Caswal's car.
Well, an imaginary engine, I guess.
Yes. This is just going to be the blueprint for what you hand in later. So there is one little problem with your car, and that is that the engine bay is basically non-existent.
Yeah. Oh, it's bigger than you give it credit for, actually. But yeah. It's
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. But I don't think we will fit in an XL block.
No.
And but having a V8 wouldn't be too shabby, would it?
No, it'd be very nice. But much smoother than the 3 cylinders of Fury it has right now.
Oh yes.
Lumper.
So V8 crossplane it is, I would say.
Yep. And small, of course, and aluminium because I don't like weight.
Otherwise, the engine would weigh more than the car, and it's yeah. And we probably go for something like 70-ish bore and 50-ish stroke or something.
That sounds fun. I like that. The music thing is the Cappuccino's engine is actually cast iron all round, so building an aluminium V8 it probably isn't actually going to weigh all that much more. Let's make it billet crank.
And billet steel, of course, yes. You only use high-quality German-tooled cranks, yes. And lightweight forged, of course, right?
You were almost like going to say the German version then.
The lightweight forged one, yes. But before we go on here, you just remove the flywheel basically entirely. That will like break your neck as soon as you touch the gas pedal.
Yeah, I'll be no different to how it is.
No, exactly. Same thing, but bigger, even worse. Right, what are we going to do after the V8s are done, Mr. Caswal?
The current schedule is that kind of both our own inclination and like feedback from various people and stuff. There are some things we kind of dislike with the engine designer, and before we push across to turbos, we're going to change or revamp quite a few things in the engine designer, so we're a lot happier with the way it works, and also the behind the scenes calculations to how things works before we throw forced induction into the mix and it upsetting stuff. So I guess on the bottom end tab, we're probably going to scrap the concept of engine size completely and have it somehow geared into bore and stroke. Will actually determine how big of a block you're allowed to make the engine. This may add a few complications in the future of, say, you've got like an existing like 1.8 litre inline 4 and then you want to revise it to a 2 litre and keep the same tooling in your factory. You can't really grow the engine block because your tooling is geared for that, so automation may have to work out some kind of range you're allowed to change within that block size and stuff.
So basically we remove the concept of block size to make possible building all kinds of engines, because previously we were arbitrarily limited by being imprisoned inside the block size, which isn't too good of a concept because, well, there's no real life thing attached to it, basically. So, yes, let's move on here. What do we have on the second tab?
Well, hopefully most people know what's on the second tab. Okay, so to fit this in the Cappuccino's engine bay, I'm going to have to go for my least favourite head.
You think so? Even with this mini engine? The direct acting would be fine, don't you think? I think a direct acting overhead cam would still fit in there.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. We'll see what sizes it punches out at the end.
So dual overhead cam will probably be quite big, yes. But direct acting? Should we go for direct acting or for dual overhead cam and see what comes out?
We'll go dual overhead cam and see what comes out for.
Okay. Ooh, nice. But not cast, is it?
Oh, whoops, no, not
Aluminum.
cast. I thought I clicked aluminium. Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Wash your mouth out.
Okay. Take uranium. Yes. For the compression, we're going for direct injection, right? So probably 13 to 1 for such a small engine.
Probably. And Minicam.
Minicam is good cam. And do you want
Nah,
both?
I'm not a big fan of variable valve tech.
Okay. Saves you a bit of weight as well.
Yeah.
Right, next tab there.
Injection. That's fine. Direct injection.
And of course you want throttle per cylinder in your little car.
Wow. That's
Performance.
quite...
This is so big. I don't think it fits actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a bit tall, but I think they're all kind of tall. Twin's a little shallower.
Well, not
Single's
race,
quite
race,
shallow.
but race and throttle per cylinder isn't large.
Yeah, I guess.
You will have to bore like 8 holes in
In the
your-
bonnet, yeah. A little dust filters on, and tune it run on premium, super unleaded.
Yeah. Can you actually buy Ultimate in Australia?
Actually, I went past a servo that claimed it had 100 RON, and then it also said it was a 10% ethanol blend, and I don't actually know if the cappuccino can take it, so I didn't risk it.
Yeah, probably for
I
the
haven't
best.
actually read.
So how much money you want to spend on fuel costs? You can go back to the fuel system thingy and medium setting.
I guess we'll rich and advance it and see what goes on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. And rev limiter only 9,800.
Alright,
Yeah,
we'll do it to
10
what I've taken the cappuccino to in real life.
Okay. Then for the exhaust, I think we have the size problem again. But you should be able to squeeze long tubular headers in there some way, right?
Yeah,
Right.
they don't escape the head too much.
Yeah.
I don't know. The real cappuccino, that might smash into the wheel well or something, but we'll see. And single exhaust, because there's no room under there for...
Oh, you have to up technology a bit, otherwise you will have Scheiße Schalldämpfer and stuff.
None,
And only have a straight through at the end. You don't want to be deaf.
really, in the cappuccino, that would have to be a sideways straight through to fit on the back.
Okay.
But yeah, we don't have those kind of mufflers and things yet.
What about exhaust size, diameter? Do we have to up
What's
this
it
a
have?
bit?
It
Let's
has
see.
2.5 inch. We'll go 2.5 inch.
Yeah, that would be fine. I think that should go.
Then we give it a go.
In South Korea? Are you going to build it in South Korea? Okay, now this looks like a fun engine.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. I was having a
And
scream over it.
are you happy with this power? The power curve looks pretty much spot on, I would say.
It looks pretty much like what a cappuccino's power curve.
But I don't think you have like 230 horsepower in your cappuccino, do you?
Not really.
Not really. So this would be a good replacement, wouldn't it?
If it would fit, I'm just pondering, I'm just looking at the sizes, just pondering about stuff.
Yes. So it's 48 times 51 times 85 centimeters.
Height-wise, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
Thing about length is that also includes the end of these headers.
All right. Yes.
So
Then they
it
extend
goes
quite
to
a
there.
bit.
So
So it probably would fit. Probably.
maybe.
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 So
Like
yeah.
51 centimeters wide. It might. very much might need to hammer some stuff or something to fit it in.
Right. Well, this is basically it for showing how to build a small, efficient V8, isn't it?
I guess. What else are we changing? We're changing stuff in the fuel system tab. We didn't talk about that in the
Oh,
revamp.
yes. Fuel system tab, there will be a lot of things to.
The fuel mixture is completely changing. A few people have said, "Oh, why is it a number and not like air fuel ratio or something like that?" Especially seeing that the tutorial video even talks about air fuel ratios and things like that. So instead, it is actually going to become like an air fuel ratio selector where you'll have two choices, basically how rich you want to run it up to give you power, and then how lean you want to run it for your car going along on cruise on the highway and things, so not under much load. And basically better quality fuel systems can have a larger distance between rich and lean, so really good stuff like DI can be really rich and producing lots of power, but also be incredibly lean to be very economical on like the highway cruise and when you're not under much load. But then if you want like an old carby, single-barreled carby isn't going to have much range, so if you wanted to make lots of power, it's going to have to be rich all the time, and it will never really be very lean, and so it'll be wasting fuel on your highway cruise and things like that. So it should make that a lot more interesting and give you
Yes.
kind of a lot more
Yes.
choice about how you build stuff.
Also, from a gameplay point of perspective, there it is currently for solving the scenarios which were in the i4 demo. It was basically you go either 100 or 0 on the slider, and with this new system, this won't be the case anymore. There will be real compromise to be seen, and that should make for much better gameplay. Also, it should reward those who do a bit of thinking before. So, yeah.
So in the middle of the slider will be the 14.7 stoichiometric ratio, and that will also determine the kind of base octane level requirement for the engine. Will basically go at 14.7, you'll need this much RON in your fuel with the compression and other settings you've got to actually run this engine. So then if you want to get like a bit more compression, you might have to rich it up a bit more above stoic to get it to run on like regular unleaded or whatever you're aiming to run it on. So it will have kind of more interesting design choices relating to that as well.
And in the what will be much more important for the future of the engine designer demo is of course engine size, which we have talked a bit about in the beginning with block size, but in automation, the finished game, you will always have to fit those things into an actual car, and choices will be much more diverse when you have different systems to choose from. Are you going for a very compact, like naturally aspirated system, or do you sacrifice block size for adding turbos and all those kinds of considerations to take place? And we're preparing for this in the revamp of the engine designer to make the system scale much better. Okay, but I think we're basically done here. Won't you agree?
Yep.
So the V8 part of the demo is coming for those who have pre-ordered the game on 4th of July.
Yep.
And we hope you will really enjoy this. There's quite a bit of new stuff in it. And, well, have a good one.
Yep. Thanks for watching.